I've just got back to the office, having spent the afternoon in Wigan at the first meeting around scaling ISFs in Wigan with support from TLAP from Martin Walker, and that's being funded through the Integrated Personal Commissioning site work. There are two things that really stood out for me. We started off by looking at what success means from different perspectives, starting with citizens and carers, and then providers and practitioners, and then commissioners, finance and health. And of course, one of the themes running throughout that was around making things simple and easy with maximum transparency to deliver greatest flexibility and fairness for people. And once we've done that, there were two big areas that we looked at. One is around assessment and allocation and paperwork. Now, Wigan have already done a lot of work in their support planning process and paperwork, so we'll be building on that. But what we've got here is the opportunity to align that paperwork with the paperwork that providers are using. So we've got a seamless paperwork experience, so to speak. So it means that people won't be asked the same questions again, and people can build on the answers that social work colleagues might have gathered from the initial assessment and support planning. So that feels really exciting. The second breakthrough for me is around how they're thinking about finance, and Leon is really quite inspirational here. So in conversations with commissioners and the finance team, looking at having 12 weeks where people can essentially use their hours, so they'd have an allocation that's based on a weekly allocation of hours, but they can use it across a 12-week period and then have a review at the end of the 12 weeks to account to the person and then to the council for how the money has been used. So that will give people such great flexibility around rolling up their hours to do something that really matters to them in a aligned to their outcomes and their indicative allocation. So we, wellbeing teams, are going to be one of the first providers to be testing this out with Wigan in January. I persuaded the team to do a podcast with me at the end of our session. They weren't delighted, but I'm very grateful they agreed. And we'll be doing podcasts at the end of each of our monthly meetings so that we can share back with people how it's going. And I know that Martin Walker and myself will be doing that too.